I really can't see out this eye. Yeah. Oh, welcome to another episode of the Uncensored Philly Sports Podcast. Don't mind me. Ah, yes, and before everybody, I know y'all going to see it. My eye. Did I mess my mic up? You still hear me?
I can hear
Good.
you.
All right.
Yep.
My kids contaminated me with pink eye. So no, somebody didn't punch me. I didn't get loud and yell at somebody and somebody sucked to punch me. That ain't what happened.
His wife.
But domestic. When they call it DV.
Yeah. We got a live survivor right now. We got a survivor.
Listen, it's been a long week, bro. It's been a while since we've been on here, man. Definitely wasn't trying to avoid y'all, nothing like that. We them late night games. It was a long week. But we back here today, and see, look, somebody already beat me up. They did it with love. It's like no, but man, this is gonna be a rough one. So the news is out about Embiid. Well, first talk about the Sixers game. We see the it's gonna be a process without Embiid. Yeah. Hopefully, we'll find out Monday how long it'll be, if he's gonna do the surgery, if he's gonna repair it. You know, sometimes they over sensationalize stuff and everything else. But without him, this game, I'm not gonna say that this is what we're gonna look like without him, because we didn't have Toby didn't play. Batum didn't play. Melton hasn't been playing. We still got some guys that could come in and play and help us out. But it is going to be a big problem on that defensive end. We do see how, you know, like when we played them in the playoffs, the Nets, how they were swarming Embiid. Maxey was getting swarmed. We just started. Honestly, the game got off to a horrible start for the two guys that we was expecting to carry us tonight with the lineup that was out there, which would have been Maxey and Oubre. But they combined for like 3 for 13 to start the game off or something like that. Oubre was like 0 for 5 and Maxey was like 3 for 8 or something like that. But I think if Tobias comes back and plays how he has been playing and Oubre play how he has been playing, since he's going to have more minutes and stuff, I think we can weather the storm. But it's going to be tough. We already in the 5th seed. We might be struggling to hit the we might be playing to try to get the play-in game depending on how long Embiid out. So, with that being said, Tim, and I already know your answer, should we be in panic mode to make a trade?
Yes.
So what are you? So who are you trying to make a trade? Go ahead. You can discuss the game first.
All right. Well, first, we're gonna get to that. That's a very good question. But the game, I'm not mad about this game because we're coming off of a long 9 games or 9 days on the road. We played like 4 or 5. We played 5 games, but it was 9 days on the road. They said they got an early Friday morning, like 7:30 Friday morning, or either Thursday morning, Friday morning. I think Friday morning, and then you got to play Saturday today. I mean, it was just a lot. You remember those games was 10 o'clock at night. They was tired. The first game after a road trip is always the toughest one. We know that. We knew it for years. So I'm getting routed today. I'm not upset about that. Then on top of that, you're missing Joel, Tobias, Melton, Rocco, and Batum. So you got 5 players that's in your rotation, all not playing today. So to lose,
some of them guys already wasn't playing though, so I'm not going to. But Batum and Toby, I agree.
But 3 starters, come on, 3 starters. We was down 3 legit starters. Batum was playing with Joel and Tobias. All 3 of them did not play today.
I mean, Batum missed a lot of games too, though. So
he's still been a starter though. You got 5. It's one thing to be down 1. You down 3. Just got off the road trip. So with all that being said. This game doesn't mean nothing. I guess the biggest thing is the injury to Joel Embiid and the significance. It came out earlier yesterday that he has the what's the name? What is it? A flap?
A flap in a meniscus?
Yeah, something meniscus. So it's like a tear or something. So he has a chance to rehab it, or and we don't know.
Or surgery. But from what I was looking at, they said if it's a large tear, then it's probably going to need surgery, or it's going to it's not going to heal properly. So hopefully it's not hopefully it's a over exaggerate. You know how Embiid sometimes embellish his injuries a little bit. Hopefully it's an overreaction, but
that's 2 weeks.
Harden and the Clippers won the trade.
Harden and the Clippers won the trade. Send us a bunch of slow and injured guys. Need Drummond or Nick Richards at center. Morey stinks. I agree with that last statement. Very well. I definitely agree with that. Morey absolutely stinks.
I ain't going with that. That trade was ho. First of all, the trade freed up. See, that trade, if we have Embiid, that trade was fine because it gave us cap space, it gave us maneuverability for free agency and cap space, and we also got a bunch of guys that could play with Embiid. So, of course, when Embiid hurt, of course it looked like that. But come on, let's stop all that. Let's stop with
that trade. All he did was clean up the mess that he made before with that trade, by trading full Harden. He pretty much got the resources that we gave away back.
Wow, what do you give up for Harden?
Two number one picks.
Seth.
2 number one picks. Those first round draft picks, and Seth and Drummond,
and he got him back though. And he got him back. He got him back, and he got him back, and he also has cap maneuverability. He got a cap maneuverability, and we got depth on the roster. Let's not. And it put him in a position where he could make a trade for another max contract. So it's not like, if we're looking at it with Embiid out, of course, if we're looking at it with Embiid out. But that being said, with Embiid in there, it wasn't a horrible trade. I don't think that was a horrible trade.
Morey has done nothing to make it. First of all, here's the biggest problem with us. They said we're third in the bottom third in the league as far as assists per game as a team. So, he's been here for 4 years, if not 5, and he is yet to get an adequate backup point guard on his roster. And
yet we still was in third space, and we still was in third place with Maxey missing some games this season and Embiid.
You need a point guard. You need somebody who has to think pass first, who can get easy buckets for their players.
Who did Golden State have that was this pass first point guard?
Who has Steph Curry? Who has Steph Curry? And that's why
we had Joel Embiid.
Come on, we don't have Joel Embiid. That's the problem.
But I'm saying because we have an injury doesn't automatically make that a whack. We don't have you missing one of the top 3 players in the game, and we want to talk about we lost the trade because we struggled without one of the top 3 players in the game.
The whole roster shouldn't fall to it should not just be eliminated. We should not be that garbage. If we lose a roster, if you got a point guard, they can make other people around them better. People who's not that good.
So if Golden State lost Steph Curry, they wouldn't struggle. So if Giannis went missing over there, and you had a couple of role players not playing over there, Milwaukee wouldn't struggle. Like, come on, man, let's stop.
You win games. If your superstar goes down, your roster should be good enough to still win games, especially against bad teams. Brooklyn is a bad team. Brooklyn's not good. And yet we got blown out by over 30
But
points.
Y'all told me Maxey's the alpha. You told me B should play back up to Maxey. So Maxey, 50-point Maxey, play all-star Maxey, right? He's supposed to be the dude, right?
Listen, one of the things you should realize.
And I like Maxey, but see, this the whole thing. You can't sit up here and tell me because we lose B, this, that, and other. Because you was complaining about how ball dominant. You complained about how ball dominant Embiid was and how this, that, and the other. But when Embiid's not here, stop.
So you said we don't need a point guard. You don't think this roster could use a veteran?
I didn't say it couldn't use. But you telling me if we plug a point guard in here right now, Brogdon, like you want to get, so we go get Brogdon right now, we gonna be as good as we was.
We could stay level at least 500, or if not better.
Who's to say that we can't right now? We just beat Utah without Embiid, but we had Tobias. But see, it's funny because the 2 dudes you like to hate on the most, Embiid and Tobias, wasn't in there, and we got routed. But let y'all tell it. Embiid is overrated. Embiid holds the ball too much. Embiid jumps this, that, and other. Tobias Harris is trash. All this stuff. But now when both of them missing, we need a real player because we missing these great players now. Now these players so great and we missed them. Let's stop.
That's not true at all. What I'm saying, I made it real clear. Embiid is a great player, is a very good player, and Tobias has been playing well as of late. So if you got players that have been playing well and they're out of the lineup, you're going to miss it. You're going to feel it. We felt it today. But my point is, if you have players that's okay players, if you have a true point guard, I mean, take for example, Chris Paul. When Chris Paul was on OKC, that they thought that it was just he's going to be over there just to get bought out. He wasn't going to do nothing. He got them boys to a playoff game or around in the playoffs because he was a true point guard. He was able to get them in position to win some games.
They brought in Chris Paul, a true point guard in Golden State, and they wasn't doing squat. And now he's not playing, and they playing better.
And he's like 40 years
old. Draymond came in, who's not a true point guard, and they're playing better because now Draymond's handling the rock instead of Chris Paul.
Draymond is a point guard.
No, he's not.
Draymond is a very good ball distributor.
Who averages more assists this season, Draymond or Embiid?
I'm not saying it doesn't matter. Who's the better? You talking about who's the better ball handler? Who's the better ball handler? Who's the better distributor of the ball? Who would you rather be your point guard, Draymond or Joel Embiid? I'll take Draymond every day, all day.
You out your mind? Okay. So hey, Boozilla, I don't know why I asked myself this. Highlight that one, Tim. I like.
I ain't highlighting nothing. You telling me as your point guard, if you had a chance to have a point guard, you want Joel Embiid as your point guard over Draymond Green, Draymond over Draymond Green.
When Joel Embiid.
Are you telling me that? Are you on record saying that you rather have Draymond Green, you rather have Joel Embiid as your point over Draymond Green? Tell me that.
Neither one of them is a point guard. That's my point. You don't need this quote-unquote point guard. He's not a point guard.
Draymond Green, he's the de facto point guard. He's good at his job.
Neither one of them are a point guard, and you don't need this de facto point guard that's distributing. You don't need that right now. You don't need that. In this league, all right, so how many teams got this de facto point guards that you're talking about right now?
Either they got real ones or they got ones who distribute the ball. We need who's the point guard?
Who's the point guard for the Clippers?
Why are we the bottom? Which color? The guy that just left here, Harden.
Who, Harden? That's the point guard now?
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Which he was last year in Philadelphia.
I know.
Which he also led the league in assists.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead.
So see, this is my thing. Now everybody gonna be in this panic mode. It cracks me up because everybody that was sitting there talking about Embiid, I remember. And hold on, real quick. And I'm not hating on the guy, even though they're gonna say it, but. We were having a lively conversation yesterday, and I was being told how Oubre was so much better than Tobias Harris. And I remember how when Oubre was on the Hornets, and when Oubre was on Golden State, and being told Oubre so much, we need to trade Toby and bring in Oubre. Oubre's so much better than Toby. Then I was told because Oubre's not getting the minutes, that's why he's not putting up the points. Toby getting all the minutes. Well, Toby ain't playing like Oubre had his chance to shine and do what?
First of all,
and I like Oubre, and I do think Oubre, and I do think that Oubre is a good player, and I want Oubre on his team. But y'all was sitting here talking like Tobias is the fourth best player on his team. Y'all consistently said Oubre is better than Toby.
Tobias, first of all, is not. Tobias is having a better season than he had the last couple of years. With the Tobias you're seeing right now is not the Tobias that we saw all last year. So it's not acting like, oh, this Tobias was been around the whole time. Tobias is playing very well. I'm not going to sit here and knock Tobias right now, but you trying to big up him as if he was this person for the last 2-3 years. He hasn't.
Well, okay. Well, guess what, Tim? But since you're saying that, right? So this year, Tobias is averaging 17.9 points on 51% shooting, 6 rebounds. Last year was a down year. He averaged 14.7. But before that, he averaged 17.2 with 6.8. And then the year before that, he averaged 19.5. The year before that, 19.6. The year before that, 18.2. So all these years, he's been averaging around this, except the 1 year he had down where he averaged 14. But you was telling me how garbage he is. Now you're talking about how he's having such a good year this year. This is the same averages he had. It's the same Tobias.
It's not the same Tobias. He's more of an impact. What he's doing now is more impactful than what he did those other, especially last year. Last year he wasn't good.
Yeah, last year he was off. He had 14.7. Yep. But last year he also was deferring to Embiid, Maxey, and Harden. And this year they asked for him to do more scoring again, like they did before.
And we're also, but it's just different. It's different.
Highlight Main money.
What Main money saying?
Main money, appreciate the super chat, man. He said rebounding is a problem. Claxton was killing us. Also, Smith started heating up at the end. In the end, Nurse might want to give the kids some minutes.
He was though.
No. This what, and I wouldn't be mad at him at this point. Of course, you gotta give him some minutes. But the bull was getting some minutes, and he was stinking it up on it. Like he was getting some minutes, and he was shooting bricks. Both of them young boys from the G League was shooting bricks. Now tonight, when he got in there and he was against the backups for New Jersey, the Brooklyn bench, when he's in there, he was hitting them shots and hitting them. But it's kind of sort of like how Isaiah Joe was with us, when it didn't matter and in games like that, he was getting in and hitting. Yeah. But then when it was like games where we needed him, he couldn't hit nothing.
But we haven't seen a lot of them. One thing about with Joel being out, a lot of people are going to get an opportunity. A lot of these young fellas are going to get a chance to shine.
Like young fellas like who?
I mean, like the young boy that was just playing.
Do you think he's gonna get that much? Do you think he's gonna get that much time to shine if you want to still have? Because he's not gonna replace Embiid minutes. These minutes is gonna be filled in by Mo Bamba and May Money. I think May Money made the point earlier where he said about Drummond would be a nice fit. If I could get Drummond, I bring Drummond in to be that center right now. But then where we getting the point? I agree. Where's Drummond at now?
I think he's Chicago.
Chicago might be ready to blow that up.
But here it goes now. The 8th of February is the trade deadline. That's next week.
So do we panic and make a trade now because B's hurt? Because if that's the case, the only way.
Why would it be a panic move? Why can't it just be a team that you add to make your team better, and then he'll just even enhance it once Embiid gets here?
So to add it, well, first of all, we need to find out how long Embiid gonna be gone. That's the first thing we need to know what their plans is for him coming back. Is it going to be him with a surgery that's going to put him down and out, or is it going to be the rest and rehabilitation? Which I will say this: Joel gets hurt a lot, but for the most part, other than the first 2 years, like with the surgery and stuff like that, even with all the injuries and stuff he's had, he's still come back to play. But it hasn't been that was the whole problem about the playoffs, is him always going injured. So do you shut him down for the season? Do you shut him down and then hope that like in the last week he can hey man, Scrap, I hope he don't do surgery. I hope he don't need surgery. But if it's a large tear, I would rather him go through the surgery. If it's a matter of his long-term health, I would rather him get the surgery. I would rather, because remember before he had the injury and he didn't get a surgery and he went in the offseason and got the surgery. And then everybody was mad because at the beginning of the season he was off and it was like, see, Embiid should have got the surgery last year. It's always a hindsight. See, Embiid lazy, Embiid selfish. We hear all these things, all these narratives. That's like we heard some people in here talking about Embiid was faking injuries and milking it, even though he came out to play with that bad knee from the jump. But everybody said he was ducking Joker. He's ducking. He's not really hurt.
According to
Sixers face, shut up. I'm hurt now.
According to Nick Nurse, there's 2 separate injuries. The one that Embiid said he had, that was the fake one. The real one was when Kuminga.
That was the fake one. Hey, Master Crab, I give you 3 chances to guess who it was, and their name begin with a T. And the other one is a short one whose name begins with an E.
So what happened was the first injury where he was ducking Joker. That was the fake.
He was never ducking Joker. Stop.
The one that when he came back and played, he actually got hurt by Kuminga. Kuminga fell on him and messed him up. That's kind of what happened.
Well, this is one thing I will say though too, because remember in that game, he actually, remember, who was it? Somebody ran into his knee early in the game, and then he went out to the locker room and came back in. But see, I was told Embiid is selfish, and he's just doing it. He's chasing these stats and everything else. But then if Embiid don't play, he was like, come on, bro. First of all, if he's playing hurt, how much are you chasing stats when you can't even produce that way because your knee is down?
You actually heard him saying sometimes you got to patch your stats. He literally said that. I sent you the quote. He said it. You make it seem like I'm lying when I'm telling you he said.
So let me ask you, did Maxey pad his stats against Utah?
He never said he did. But Joel said.
Oh, what? He didn't say it. So do you think he padded his stats against Utah?
No, we needed every point that he gave us.
When B dropped 70, we won by 10. So we didn't need every point that he dropped?
No, we won by 10.
How much did we beat Utah by?
2.
Hold up. See, hold up.
It was 3 points. It was 3 points. Yo, I'm telling you. We barely beat them. Remember, he had to miss the free work.
We did.
Exactly. We needed every point that Maxey gave us.
Yeah, and Toby. Good thing we had Toby there to help him.
I'm giving you act like I'm hating on Toby. There is no Toby hate. Toby's been balling. There's no Toby. You hating on something that doesn't exist.
Toby put up same numbers he been putting up.
These are more impactful numbers, first of all. I'm telling you. I mean,
no, but hey, listen, I'm doing some trolling, but some of it is half serious too. I'm like, honestly, no matter what, I don't care what we do free agency, not free agency. I don't care what we do at the trade deadline and everything else. If Embiid cannot come back and play, we're not winning anything this year.
See,
and we're not. What's the problem?
Because look, the Knicks lost Julius Randle.
Julius Randle can't. He ain't sniffing Joel's jockstrap. Joel Embiid is a top 2, if not the top player in the league right now.
No,
before getting injured.
Here's the thing: is the way New York is constructed. They built the roster where that they have so many impactful players. Where losing one of your star players, they're still in the top 3.
So can I ask you what does Obi average? And you telling me so Maxey is Maxey as good as Brunson, or Brunson that much better than Maxey?
I think they're about even.
Okay, so that's even, Maxey and Brunson. So who's the other great talent that's on New York?
They got a good team. The team is the way it's assembled is a very good team.
What's that? My bad, bro. My eye messing up. Let me see. What's that? Dallin South. Listen, I've said this already. All these Embiid, a part of me wishes that Joel Embiid would get traded for the haters of Joel Embiid. Because then you'll see, because it's the same stuff that we did when all that. Remember how you had some people in Philly like Allen Iverson, so we need to get rid of him. We Allen Iverson toxic, this, that, and the other. And then we went through years of trash.
But that's not what I'm saying though at all. What I'm saying is right now, and I want to talk about this a little later as far as what we should do moving forward with Embiid. But right now, for this roster to get better, what Morey got to do, he has to build a roster that's just not fully centered on somebody that's taking up so much of the offense. Joel has you got to even up the talent.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. Could you tell them how much talent New York has? So what's the talent that New York has? Somebody said OG. OG's averaging 14 points a game this year.
But they went in.
But you telling me how horrible our roster is, but if Maxey's supposed to be as good as Brunson, and you got OG, and you telling me OG's averaging 14, Oubre's averaging 13. I was told Oubre's better than Toby, and Toby's averaging 19. So okay, I mean, Toby didn't play tonight.
So tell me this then: do they got better coaching then? Since you're saying the talent is even.
No, what you said. I mean, we've only played 2 games without Joel. We won 1 and lost 1.
But they just played 3 games without what you call it?
Okay, and guess what? And guess what? In this other game that we just played, Toby wasn't playing.
But with
So
Joel, here's the thing: they're in third place right now, and they look better than us. And you're saying the rosters are so even. Why do they look so much better than us then?
well, first of all, I'm not worried about the Knicks.
We were in third place for much of the year. They
Oh,
were
you mean
coming up.
when Embiid played? But you were saying how selfish Embiid was and his what's it, what you say, his what share? What you call it? What's it, his what?
Usage.
His usage. His usage was too high and everything else. But lo and behold, he's not here, and all of a sudden we trash. Because one thing that we not putting into the picture is Joel Embiid is a dominant defensive player, and he makes other people better. Joel Embiid opens up the floor for other players, because you want to say, I know what you're saying about a point guard, but you telling me that Joel Embiid up there setting picks for Maxey running around and for Tobias and them don't open everything up for everybody else?
But
so our problem is not the point guard. Our problem is we lost the top, and I'm saying this just so I'm not being a homer, we lost one of the top 3 players in the league who may have actually been top 1. We lost Joel Embiid. So yes, we're going to suffer.
You still need Joel. Joel's taking up too much time. He's taking up too much uses. First of all, he falls apart. But besides him falling apart, if he's not available, you got to have enough talent to be able to still continue to win. And you're not doing that. So you might as well start building a roster that's going to be adequate, that can still win games when Joel's not playing. That's what I'm saying. We need to have a roster that can win games when Joel is not playing. For some reason.
So when you have a top tier player, like, all right, when you had Giannis, if Giannis go down, you telling me that team is so good that they're going to be when Jimmy Butler went down, how great was Miami? It wasn't until Jimmy Butler came back and then they make them runs. But when Jimmy's not there, Miami stinks. That's how come they're never one of the top seeds going into the playoffs.
That's not true.
So
if you got enough they still win games.
When Jimmy not there?
Yes.
When Jimmy not playing, it's a reason why. It's a reason why every season when Miami plays and Jimmy misses all those games, their record is not there and they're not in one of the top teams. But then in the playoffs, Jimmy comes in and Jimmy's that dude, and that's how they get deep into the playoffs.
All right.
So my point is, when you have Julius Randle is not a Joel Embiid level. You have very few players that's on a Joel Embiid level. I don't care how Dame running and everything else. Mind you, they lost a couple games as soon as Doc Rivers came in to coach them. But if you lose,
it's like getting a new
if you lose defensive, what are we talking? Eagles now? What are we talking about?
No, I'm just saying it's the same thing.
If we lose Joel Embiid, now mind you, you talking about all this stuff about how good the Knicks roster is. So not only have we lost Joel Embiid, Covington, you can say what you want, but Covington is an excellent defender, a top-tier defender. We haven't had Covington. Batum has been in and out. Toby didn't play just now. We had Maxey out for a couple games. We've had injuries. So I'm telling you, if we have this full roster, even without Embiid, it's not as bad as it was tonight. Tonight, it was a matter of they basically tried to do to Maxey what they did to Embiid in the playoffs to a lesser level, though, because they had like 4 people around Embiid in the playoffs. But tonight, against Maxey, they was throwing double teams at him and made him have to work hard for it early on, and he struggled early.
I get
so.
So here is what I'm suggesting for the 76ers moving forward. We have to build a roster around Tyrese Maxey and build it where we can still win and really without Embiid being a focal point.
So who the center you putting in for Tyrese Maxey?
That's what I'm saying. So that's it. We're building a roster. I'm not saying I'm
So who is the center that you?
So the way I'm building this roster is I'm putting a bunch of shooters around Tyrese. You got to give them shooters. We got to build a roster.
So who's your center?
Roster. When Embiid plays, he'll be the center. It's just like
no. If Embiid plays, Embiid is top dog. Let's not get it twisted. Embiid is top dog when he's on the Sixers. So it's not Maxey's team. He gave Maxey a shout out and told Maxey he's a franchise. But Embiid plays. Embiid is top dog. Put it that way. I don't care how much you hate him, how much you feel, whatever else. Embiid is top dog.
And you're never gonna win.
You ain't gonna win around Maxey. Who's your center?
Joel is the center when he plays.
And if Joel plays and he's on your roster, he's top dog.
He going to take a back seat to the current roster. He's just going to be a plug and play player. He got to get in where he fit in. You can't have him ball dominant. We can't rely on Joel Embiid to be that guy when he's not going to be there the full season.
Okay, so guess what? Then who's going to be your center? Because if Joel's not going to be there and you're building around Maxey, so he's still not going to be. So who is going to be your center? Because you telling me Joel Embiid's not going to be there because of injury. So who's going to be your center?
The goal is to get a center that's going to be the backup center for Joel Embiid.
Who is the center? Well, you want to bring Drummond in because you love Drummond. Remember how you were saying how great Drummond was? Matter of fact, let's go with Dwight. Dwight over there chasing transmissions around over there overseas somewhere. Oh, you want to highlight somebody saying Tim is right?
I'm telling you, that's the only way we're gonna win.
Can't even call it. He can't call. You're right. He can't call it because he said Tim right. You right. You can't even call it.
I'm telling you.
But you spoke with
we're
dog.
Gonna win.
Shout out to Big Daddy Kane.
If you build a roster and you focus that around the Nick Nurse coaches around Tyrese Maxey and the players around him. If they build it, then the whole year they're gelling together and they'll be able to run in the playoffs. Plugging in Joel is just going to be your bonus. But if you rely heavily on Joel and center everything around Joel, knowing that he's not going to be at the end, I'm telling you, it's like driving a car trying to get to the supermarket. You never make it. It doesn't matter. If you never make it,
you know what?
It don't matter how beautiful that car is. If you never make it to your destination, it's for naught.
So then trade. So like I said, then trade Joel Embiid. You don't need him. Trade Joel Embiid. No. Listen. To your point, build around Maxey. Trade Joel Embiid and bring in Andre Drummond.
I'm not trading Joel because you still.
Why? If Joel Embiid is on his team as he is right now, he's your alpha on his team.
Joel makes you that much better. What I'm saying
is he is your alpha on this team if Joel Embiid is here.
All right, you remember the teams, the Lakers of the '80s, right? Now, all throughout the years, it was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. That was his team. But guess what? They shifted and made it Magic's team. They didn't get rid of Kareem. Kareem still was there, but the team centered around Magic. It's the same
thing. The difference? You know the difference in what you said? You know why it's not the same thing? Kareem was like 800 years old. And Kareem was like 40 years in the league at that point. So, yes, you do take the back seat. If you tell me Embiid takes the back seat when he's 35 or 33, 34, and he's 29. Embiid is 29, so you telling me now? Man, but stop. He can't even. Okay? If he, then trade him and go get your boy you wanted. Go get Ayton. Trade him for Ayton. And then you bring in a dude that just get rebounds and blocks. Bring him in here and let Maxey run around and do all the scoring.
No, because
trade Embiid and bring in just a center. Bring in a center that's going to set picks and get blocks. Trade Embiid.
I'm giving you the roadmap to how you can win. You build a team. That team, we got draft capital. We got all these draft picks. We got trades that we can do. What I'm saying is moving forward, you got Joel, who's this diamond. When he plays, he is nobody like him. I'm not giving him up. What I'm saying is you construct a team that you're trying to win with that team, using those assets. Doing the trades was necessary.
Okay, can I ask you this then? I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. But all right. See, y'all saying Tim making some sense though, right? All right, so let me say this to y'all. Remember when Maxey was coming back and Doc put Maxey on the bench, and y'all was saying how no, you can't do like you demoting Maxey. You can't do that. Even Maxey still could have been on the team and been a benefit of the team coming off the bench. But he was used to starting, and it was a flow. So Embiid is this dominant player in the NBA, one of the most dominant players in the NBA. And you want to tell him, oh, you know what? We want you to take the back seat. How do you think that plays out?
You got to – half the time it was going to play out fine because they ain't going to be there. You got to worry about the other half.
Okay, then just trade him. Then trade him and bring in somebody that's going to get defense and rebounds and come in.
No, because –
so why do you keep Embiid then? So when he plays – where you want him to dull it down? You want him to not score as much, so you just want him to basically be a rebounder and defender, right?
No, you seen Joel in the All-Star game, right? You see how he still get his, but he ain't nobody centered. It's not centered around him, but he still get his points. Joel,
what you mean on a team when there's a bunch of other All-Stars? So who's the other All-Stars on this team?
The point that I'm making is Joel. You can plug him in anywhere. He's fine. He can get you 30 points in his sleep. What I'm just saying is we don't need them. We don't have to make it forced to be 40 or 50 points. We can still build a team that's focused on other players.
But that's the point. He don't force 40 or 50 points. He don't. Hey, Dollar. Listen, I'm a Joel Embiid fan. I do realize the whole thing about him with injuries. But this is my point. If you're like that and you say you want to go ahead and build around Max, you don't take a dude that's at the top of his game, has gotten better every year, and now you telling me demote him to the number 2, build around Maxey. Then trade Embiid and just bring in a big in here that could do where he don't have to do the scoring the points that Embiid scores and stuff. Just bring in a big that's going to get you double-digit rebounds and can give you 12 or 14 points, and let Maxey average 30 points a game and Oubre average 30 points a game and do like that and put a bunch of shooters around them. Because that's what you said, a bunch of shooters, right? So that's what we do. Get somebody that's just going to come in here and set picks for Maxey so Maxey can run around and shoot all game.
That's
not Joel Embiid.
That's not even Maxey's game. Maxey don't try to beat the ball dominant. He try to get everybody involved.
Oh, if you get rid of Joel Embiid, if you're telling Joel Embiid to dumb it down, then Maxey better be.
That's not true. You look at because if you look at the Boston Celtics, look how they constructed. They got a superstar in Tatum, but Tatum ain't going crazy all the time. Some nights it's Jaylen Brown, some nights it's Derek White, sometimes it's Drew Holiday, sometimes it's
who's our Jaylen Brown and Porzingis and Drew Holiday. Who's that on this team?
That's what I'm telling you.
And that's my point is trade Joel Embiid and bring in another star. Trade Joel. They're not trading Joel.
They're not trading Tatum. So why would
they don't
trade
need to trade
Joel?
Because you don't have as many of those pieces as you just said that Boston had. So you trade Joel and bring in similar pieces like Boston got.
We have the draft capital. We got Tobias money coming off. We got all these expiring contracts. We could build a roster where everybody can eat and not just one guy eating up everything. What I'm saying.
Okay, well, guess what? You know what? If while Joel is out and we ball out and dudes like Oubre and Toby and Maxey all step up because they supposed to be good players. They supposed to be good?
Players. We want the best talent. Like we need somebody comparable to.
Yes, the best talent in Joel Embiid. And you sitting here and crapping on him.
Joel is not here. Joel's not here.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So guess what? Then like you said, and he doesn't play a lot. So trade him for somebody that's going to be here every game and give you 12 rebounds and 12 points.
Or why don't you go trade for somebody who could score, who is a really good point guard? Why don't you go get that Zach LaVine
which one you want? So if you bring in either a point guard or either a point guard or Zach LaVine, which one you bringing in?
I'll bring in both. Give me a point guard.
How you bringing in both?
Because we got.
How you bringing in both? That's what I said. Trade Joel Embiid and do that. Then trade Joel Embiid.
We got a lot of expiring contracts. We're going to be way under the cap. So you sit there, if you want to bring yourself in, if you want to make some trades, and then you got that scoring people that can give you 20, 25 points on every given night. And now with Joel Embiid, man, we dangerous. And guess what?
If Joel Embiid is on your team, he's the alpha, and you're going to feature Joel Embiid. So if you're going to rebuild, if you're going to build around Maxey, then you're doing a rebuild. With Joel Embiid is in his prime right now. I don't care what none of y'all say. He's in his prime. He's gotten better every year. He's in his prime. So if you're telling me, you're not going to tell me as anybody, if I'm in my prime, you're not going to come in here and tell a player that's in their prime, okay, you got to fall back. This dude, they didn't even do that. They didn't even do that to Giannis when Dame got there. They didn't say, Giannis, Dame is here now. Dame is going to be the number one.
Okay,
they didn't do that.
Okay, fine. But game 7, Boston last year, when Joel gave you 14 points in his prime, then
what Maxey give you?
No. We talking about Joel Embiid. That's the focal point.
But that's why I said you're right. So trade him. Then trade him and bring in. Trade him then and bring in the player that's just going to show up in game 7. Trade Joel. You know what? Matter of fact, hit Miami up. Miami might trade you Joel Embiid for Jimmy Butler. Let's trade Joel up for Jimmy.
No, you want Jimmy to play with Joel Embiid. Why
don't you? No. Trade Joel. If Joel Embiid is on your team, he is the alpha on your team.
He could be the alpha. He gotta be balanced. It gotta be more balanced. It gotta be a balanced approach because it's too great of a loss when he's not there. So if you got everybody,
go ahead.
When you got your 25 to 29% at usage rate, and everybody else at another 29% and 31%, because that's how Jaylen Brown, he's got a 29% usage rate. Tatum got a 31% usage rate. You got different people who use it. It's more of a balance. When it's real out of whack, when that person is gone, you hustling trying to fill that 39%, that 40%. You got to fill it.
Then trade him and bring it. Then trade him and bring in somebody.
Have to trade him.
Listen. So then sell high. Joel Embiid is at his peak, but he's injured. So then trade him to somebody. You got him at a good deal because he don't got that $200 million contract. So you trade him now, and you get some draft picks, and you get some players, and you build around Maxey. So then, dude, my thing is, if that's what you're going to go, you're not going to take the best player in the league when healthy and just tell him, you know what, you play the background now. This Maxey team, you just grab some rebounds and pass the ball around.
No, it's not. Look, for example, remember when Dwayne Wade, he was the star of the Miami Heat, and when he got his two players, when he got Chris Bosh and when he got LeBron James, he was the alpha male on that.
Dwayne Wade ain't touching what Joel Embiid is doing in the league right now.
Let me finish my point.
Because it's not the same type player.
They all realize, like Chris Bosh, say what you want. When he played for the Toronto Raptors, he was a bucket. He was down there. He was able to score at will. So even though he was a dominant scorer, he knew he had to take a little bit of a lesser role, a back seat, so that they could win as a group. What I'm saying is, Joel just want to be dominant. Was
Dwayne Wade still in his prime?
Yes, and he took a back seat.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't still in his prime.
Sometimes less is more. I don't understand why you don't understand that.
Then you know what we do? Let's trade Joel Embiid. Let's trade Joel Embiid for Kyrie. No, listen. Let's trade him for Kyrie Irving and send Joel Embiid over there to play with Luka, and we bring Kyrie in here and let Kyrie dish it up and give it to Maxey, and then we had his top backcourt and we kill cats. And when we make that trade, we could bring in a big goon center that just get rebounds and beat people up.
What I'm saying is, I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is, you keep.
Hey, hold on a second, Tim. Teacher got game. Who plays Teacher got game on timeout? Who he putting on timeout? No. X-Man. D-Wade was not a top 5 player in the league when Brian came there.
He was a top 5 player.
No, he wasn't.
He was.
Not when Brian came here. He was not.
He was.
D-Wade was talking about possibly retiring because it was too hard for him, and that's why he wanted to join up with Brian.
Yeah, it's too hard for one person to do it. If you're willing to take it back, it's just less. I'm not even saying take it back. Dial it back a little bit. So that if you have 3 stars, I'm telling you, that's what the Heat did. That's what Tatum and Jaylen Brown is doing. That's how you win.
No. It's not what Tatum and Jaylen Brown is doing. Tatum and Jaylen Brown, when Tatum came in the league, Jaylen Brown was drafted the year before Tatum, and Jaylen Brown was hurt. When Tatum came in, Tatum wasn't the guy on
years as they've been playing, as they've been winning. The last few years as they winning. I'm not talking about
but my point is, neither one of them came in. You're talking about Joel Embiid, an established superstar, one of the top players in the league. You talking about one of the top players in the league? Wait, what? No. We're not talking about the finals. Yes, you know why Wade was able to average stuff like that? Because LeBron was drawing attention and kicking him the ball. Dwayne Wade that won the finals and all that, that's not the same Dwayne Wade when Brian came there. That's not the same D Wade.
You got game. You right. Don't let them time. Don't time him out, especially if he agreeing with me.
No, don't time him out though. Let him talk.
He good. But
hey, listen. I'm cool. Like y'all say, you know what? That's why I say for all y'all delusional persons, trade Joel Embiid, build around Maxey. Trade Embiid and bring in a traditional, the same way Tim and Ethan wanted to bring in Ayton and said, Ayton, we just need a center that get rebounds and all. Go ahead and trade Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade was not averaging no 30 before Brian got there. Stop.
He was. Listen, yeah, because you trying to force me to say something I'm not saying. I'm not going to say that I want to trade Embiid. That's not even it. I'm saying dial it back some.
So hold on. We talking about. So what year? 2008, 2009. What year did Brian go to Miami? Because that's the year when Dwayne Wade averaged 30. 2008, 2009. Is that the year that Brian went there?
I'm not sure.
Because y'all talking about Dwayne Wade averaging 30. Was that the year? Okay. When did LeBron go there? Let me see.
Yeah, slow bias there.
Because I like Dwayne Wade, and Dwayne Wade was that dude. LeBron James didn't go to Miami to 2013. He didn't go to Miami to 2013, 2014. So Dwayne Wade averaged 30 in like 2008. Brian ain't get there till like 2013. So stop sitting there saying D Wade was averaging 30 when Brian came there. No, he wasn't. D Wade was on the decline when LeBron went to Miami.
He still was a dominant player. And it was still his team. Miami 2013. So he averaged 22 points a game.
Yeah, dominant player averaging 22 points. So all right. So what did he average the year before? The year before LeBron, what was D Wade averaging?
When did LeBron get there?
I think 2013, 2014, if I'm not mistaken.
So he's averaging 19 points a game.
So y'all telling me? Y'all sitting there trying to tell me D Wade was averaging 19. He was averaging what Toby had. He was averaging Toby numbers. And y'all tell me how great D Wade was when Brian went there and he took a backseat to Brian. He wasn't doing that same level that he was before. Stop it.
He still was a great player.
Got me all riled up.
He's still the Bulls is still a player. The Bulls. And then like what you got a bunch of superstars coming together collectively.
Y'all got me tripping, bro. Let me listen. My eye already red. It's about to be red from high blood pressure. Both of them about to be red now. Oh my god.
No,
see, this is what y'all do to me. Where my bottle at? Y'all gonna make me. I gotta sit here and do research and homework. Come on, bro. What is we talking about?
But even
and listen, I was a D Wade fan before he started painting his fingernails and turning his son into a girl. I was a D Wade fan. So that being said, I do appreciate where I'm getting my info. I'm looking online. I'm looking it up as we talking. Wait. All right, LeBron James. You're right. I looked at it backwards. He got there 2010, 2011. So what year? So all right. So what was D Wade numbers again in 2009, 2010? What was D Wade numbers?
25.
I apologize. I was wrong.
I think you playing the man, and I'm sitting there agreeing with you because I thought you said 2013.
So what was D Wade numbers in 2000? What was D Wade numbers in 2009, 2010?
2009, 2010. He averaged 30.
Did he?
And he took a back seat. And he pulled it back a little bit and averaged 26 points.
He did. I stand corrected. I apologize. Let me.
Okay, so back to me being right. Thank you.
No, you're not right because no. Listen, Y'all right. Let's trade Joel Embiid so we can stop all the. Why? Matter of fact, Tim, I got it for you. I got it. Trade Joel Embiid to the Brooklyn Nets for Ben Simmons and Mikal and there we go. And then we can have what's his name? The center. You welcome, May Money. Hey, listen, I apologize. Y'all prove me wrong. I apologize. Yeah, listen, we ain't got to time people out, bro. Like, that's the only reason to time anybody out is if they're being disrespectful, you know what I'm saying, cussing, you know, or saying stuff like that. You know, we just for having a difference of opinion and saying stuff, we don't need to turn people out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you should hear.
Oh yeah, TJ got game. I agree. Let's trade Joel Embiid and start the process, but then call it something. What we gonna call it when we build around Maxey?
The answer
it can't be the process. The answer is AI. So now you want to give him AI name?
No, sorry, that was just my bad.
Give him the franchise. Call him the franchise.
No.
Embiid already named him. Embiid said the franchise. So let's build around the franchise.
Wayne, you trolling? But I gave you
slow bias. Actually, no, I would not. Tim would love Ben Simmons being back here. Yes, Tim would love it.
No, I wouldn't.
Tim still cakes up for Ben Simmons.
Ben, I know I would want him back on the squad. As much I like him, but nah, his game hasn't grown. I mean, he still is impactful. Like he came in and gave a lot of assists, like when he came in the game, but his game is still the same way. I mean, you can see Max is grown.
A slow Tobias Harris. So let's trade Embiid and Tobias. That's a bunch of money off the contract, off the books too. So now we could trade Embiid and Tobias and bring in Zach LaVine. Go out and try to bring in Chris Paul. There we go. You bring in Zach LaVine, your scorer, and Chris Paul as your point guard. There you go. And then we can go over and go over to Taiwan and get Dwight Howard. Championship. Hold on.
All right. So we're gonna end this now because now Wayne is just a big old troll. Like we said, we saw that in that perfect example I gave Miami Heat. Dwayne Wade was averaging 30 points a game.
Steve, you're right. Let's trade Embiid for Gillian Wallow. Bang.
Anyway, y'all, we'll be back on Monday. Monday we play the that's a tough game. We got to play Dallas, the Mavericks.
Oh, they ain't tough. You got Maxey going up against Maxey going up against Luka. Maxey about to give him buckets.
He probably will.
Ain't gonna stop me. Ain't gonna stop me. We gonna clamp Luka. We gonna clamp Luka even without our best player in the league playing defense back there and making our defense that much better. We gonna clamp Luka.
All right. So y'all listen. If we are to win, sometimes less is more. That's the bottom line.
Hey, Petey, no, I don't want Tony Roten. If I trade Embiid, trade Joel Embiid. You know who we trade Joel Embiid for? I got it. I know exactly who we traded for.
All right, y'all. Like
TJ McConnell. We traded TJ and let's get TJ McConnell in here doing that. Slapping the ground.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Get TJ in here.
Hit the notification bell. We're gonna catch y'all on the next podcast. Wayne trolling.
Toby